This is CBS 2 News at 5. We begin with Campaign 2015. This is Election Day, as you probably know. There are 2 hours left to make it to the polls. The question is, will Mayor Rahm Emanuel quickly win a second term tonight, or are we in for 6 more weeks of campaigning? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Mai Martinez. Kate is off. We have a team of reporters covering the mayoral race, and we begin with Chief Correspondent Jay Levine live at Mayor Emanuel's headquarters. Jay.
Mai, the mayor has formally finished campaigning. He is now at home having dinner with his family in his home on the northwest side. It was a full day for the mayor, which began at a phone bank on the south side in the 8th Ward. He thanked volunteers and did his part in trying to get out the vote. That's a big concern today. After that, it was off to 11 City Diner in the South Loop, where he had lunch with Susana Mendoza, Jesse White, and Luis Gutierrez. After which, I asked him after all this campaigning, what it was like to have to just wait for the results.
We've all run for office. You always have on election day butterflies, and that continues to be that way.
The mayor is not expected here on site until just before he addresses his volunteers and supporters later this evening. He will be at home for much of the evening and then heading somewhere here in the area in the West Loop, where he'll be watching the returns and waiting for the right moment to come over here. Reporting live from the West Loop, I'm Jay Levine, CBS 2 News. Rob and Mai, back to you.
Thank you, Jay.
Now let's go to CBS 2's Dana Kozlov. She's live at Jesus Chuy Garcia's headquarters. Dana.
Robin, Mai, Commissioner Garcia will end up here at Alhambra Palace Restaurant in the West Loop, but it's already been a busy day for him, as you can imagine. It started bright and early with Garcia casting his vote at a school in Little Village, and that was followed by at least a half a dozen stops all over the city of Chicago, including this one at Manny's Diner in the South Loop. Now, Garcia, a former Chicago alderman and Illinois state senator, decided to jump into the mayoral race rather late. He decided to run after Chicago Teachers Union President Karen Lewis decided not to run because of health reasons last fall. And earlier today, Garcia boldly predicted he will help force a runoff come April 7th, saying that his campaign has seen a surge of support in just the last week alone. Reporting live in the West Loop, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News. Robin, Mai.
Thanks, Dana.
CBS 2's Dorothy Tucker is live at Willie Wilson's headquarters. Dorothy.
Well, Wilson is hoping to hold his victory party here at the Swiss Hotel in downtown Chicago. We saw the candidate earlier today, this morning, at the Board of Elections, where he was complaining about voter irregularities at some of the polling places. Wilson actually voted at the Board of Elections about 2 weeks ago. That is where he cast his vote. Now, this candidate for mayor is a man who only has a 7th grade education, but today he owns a multi-million-dollar medical supply company. We are told at this hour that Wilson is upstairs in his hotel room, that he is relaxing, he is praying, and that he is singing, because that's what he does to relax. Reporting live from the Wilson headquarters, Dorothy Tucker, CBS 2 News. Back to you, Rob and Mai.
Thank you, Dorothy.
CBS 2's Derek Blakely joins us now from Bob Fioretti's headquarters. Derek.
Rob and Mai, Bob Fioretti hoped to be the progressive champion in this race. That mantle was largely claimed by Chuy Garcia, but he's been campaigning very hard right up until the polls close. Fioretti cast his ballot at a near West Side location this morning, then did some campaigning and some lunching at Manny's Deli. He has been one of Mayor Emanuel's loudest and fiercest critics in the city council, and a strong backer of labor unions as well. But the anti-Rahm unions largely threw their clout behind Garcia, leaving Fioretti short of campaign funds. Fioretti ran for mayor in part because his 2nd Ward home was drawn outside of the new 2nd Ward boundaries after the 2010 census. And what that means is simply this: unless he can force a runoff with Emanuel in this election, he will be out of elective politics for the first time in 8 years. We're live at Fioretti headquarters. Derek Blakely, CBS 2 News. Robin, Mai.
Derek, thanks.
CBS 2's Mike Parker is live at the campaign headquarters of William Doc Walls. Mike.
William Doc Walls is no stranger to the Chicago ballot. He has run for mayor twice before, and he ran for Congress in 2008 unsuccessfully. At the moment, he's resting and waiting to come down here and meet his supporters later this evening. Earlier today, he voted in on the West Side and continues to insist he's going to do better than anybody believes, although the fact is that throughout this campaign, he has barely managed to get out of the lower single digits in the polls. His campaign slogan, "Come Alive, Punch 5." Again, he's due here later this evening for what is billed as a victory party. We shall see about that. Reporting live from the West Loop, Mike Parker, CBS 2 News. Robin, Mike.
Okay, Mike, thanks for that.